話を聞いてくれそうな感じじゃないよ。姫は困った様子で王子に問いかけます。
What do we do? The princess asks nervously. I don't think she's gonna listen to us. We're gonna have to make her.
そうなんだ。
Alright, I have my goggles on and I'm ready to play. My name is Sloth154 and welcome back to The Liar Princess and the Blind Prince. Last episode, we were in the Azure Cave. We helped the mole people get their flout, get their meal, and the princess and prince, the prince learned the truth about the princess. That she is the wolf. That she is a monster. The same monster that blinded him. And it was the fact that she lied to him that hurt him the most, but he called her a monster. So, yeah, and then, the prince fell. The prince fell, and now we are trying to find him down here in the forest after it caught fire. And the princess is afraid of fire. Sorry, I got a little distracted with trying to get the timing right for those. I didn't have to, I just wanted to because they annoyed me. Yeah, now we're trying to find the prince. Because he is in danger. Sorry guys, I can't risk dying. I have someone important to protect. You all will understand someday. But yeah, we're trying to find the prince in this inferno. So if you end up liking this video, comment, like, and subscribe. It does help the channel. Check out the description. I'll link to the playlist for this series and other games I played on my channel. Tell me in the comment section what you think about the game and your thoughts on the truth when it comes out. The truth coming out like the way it did. If you watched the last episode, that would make more sense. Oh God. I got the direction wrong. Hey, I was safe. Oh, I survived. Okay. Did I bounce off? I guess I can't go up there. I probably could if I forced it, but I don't feel like doing that right now. Oh, dagnabbit. Why? Why now did that happen? My hatred of these new creatures is just profoundly powerful. Okay. Oh. Okay, I was about to freak out if that had cost me my progress. This might be a shorter episode. Puzzles are fairly simple. The prince!
燃え盛る森の中を必死に駆け回り、狼はやっと王子を見つけ出します。
After desperately searching the burning forest, the wolf finally found the prince. I wanted to say princess so badly.
王子は燃える木々に囲まれ、今にも炎に飲み込まれそうになっていました。
Surrounded by
熱い熱いと必死に助けを求めています。
Surrounded by fiery trees, he fearfully cried out for help.
狼は王子を助けるため、ぼうぼうと燃え盛る炎に近づいていきます。
The wolf carefully approached the prince. Careful nothing.
王子、助けに来たよ。恐る恐る、狼は王子に声をかけます。
Prince, I came to help you, she said softly.
姫。王子は狼へどんな言葉を返したらよいかわかりませんでした。あんなに火が苦手だったのに、今命がけで王子を助けてくれました。だけどこの目をつぶし、姿を偽った憎く怖い化け物でもあります。
Princess. He didn't know how to respond. She was the one who had destroyed his eyes, yet she had overcome her fear of fire to save his life.
狼も王子へかける言葉が見つからず、真っ赤に燃える森の中、二人は黙って向かい合うことしかできませんでした。
Neither of them said anything. They could only stand near each other as the forest burned around them.
その時です。バキバキと木々が倒れる轟音が聞こえ、森全体が大きく揺れました。
Soon they heard a ferocious roar from far away. The burning trees fell and shook the entire forest. They looked at where the roar came from.
轟音のした方向に目を向けると、遠くの方で森の木々の高さを超えるほど大きな怪物が怒りに満ちた猛々しい方向を上げながら、今まさに立ち上がろうとしているのが見えました。
It had come from a great monster that towered over the trees. It roared again, its roar filled with the utmost fury. Neither the wolf nor the prince had heard such a frightening monster before.
こんな恐ろしい怪物は見たことがありません。森に住む生き物や化け物たちは皆パニックになり、怪物のいない方向へ一斉に逃げ出しました。
There was a commotion around them. Lots of living creatures scurried and hurried away from the monster.
逃げ出す生き物たちの中には魔女の使い魔たちの姿も見えます。魔女の使い魔たちは何かを叫びながら逃げていました。
Items from the witch's collection were amongst them, shouting in panicked voices.
森の魔女がお怒りだ。愛するコレクションを燃やされて昔のように大暴れ。もうこの森はおしまいだ。
Okay, this is pissing me off. The witch of the forest is furious, one of the creatures yelled. Her collection was destroyed and she's on a rampage. Just like back then, the forest will be reduced to ashes.
それを聞いた狼と王子は顔を見合わせます。あれは森の魔女なの。コレクションが燃やされて怒ってるって、これ僕たちのせいだ。
The wolf and the prince turned to each other. The witch of the forest? The wolf pondered. It's my fault her things are gone, the prince said.
でもあんな怪物どうやってやっつければ。狼は怪物になった魔女を倒す方法を考えます。だけどどう考えてもあんなに大きな怪物には勝てそうにありません。
How can I defeat her? The wolf thought. It wouldn't be easy to triumph over such a terrible monster.
王子を連れてここから逃げないと。などと狼が考えていると。
She considered taking the prince and running away.
姫、魔女に謝りに行こう。思いがけない王子の言葉に狼は耳を疑います。
Princess, let's apologize to the witch. The wolf was startled at his suggestion.
謝りに。そう、悪いことをしたら謝らないと。
Apologize. If you do bad things, you have to apologize.
悪いことをしたら謝る。狼は王子の言葉を繰り返します。早く行こう、姫。
If you do bad things, you have to apologize. The wolf repeated. Come on, said the prince. Princess?
狼は少し考え込んでいましたが、やがて強くうなずきます。わかった。わかったよ、王子。行こう。
The wolf hesitated, then nodded. Right, let's go. Okay, we're back together. Reunited. One flower. All right, we're gonna go talk to a very angry witch. Yeah, the prince is right. You do have to apologize when you do something wrong, but still. Uh-oh. Oh no. Well, I'm sorry, Prince. You stand right here. I will transform, and I will bring you down like this. And I found the final flower. Okay. And we made it through. Oh. All right, you stay right there. I'll be right back. Let's try this again. Hopefully it comes back. Okay. Waiting to the next area. No. All right, let's try this again. Okay, a little bit worried. Okay, I see what I must do. All right. Okay, I see the puzzles that they're preparing me for. I have to say I don't like it. Okay, and another flower. The last one. All right, so we collected all the flowers. So I'm gonna read the last of this story that the flowers have been telling us. And then I'll give you a quick summary. Right, so I read the entire story of the witch through the flowers, and I didn't read it with you guys because it would have taken too long. So what it is that the witch, before she started taking the most precious thing from people, for wishes to be granted, she would take your life. So you would wish for something and your life was the price of that magic. At some point, she granted a wish for someone's sister to be revived. That person paid with their life, and his sister lived on with the guilt of their last interaction being what it was. So she went to the witch to wish to apologize to her brother for the argument they had before she was torn apart by monsters and he traded his life for hers. The witch wasn't able to truly grant it because she had dominion over the brother's soul. So she summoned it back so that they could have their final conversation, but she didn't take the girl's soul. She didn't take the girl's life as payment. Instead, the girl stayed and worked with the witch. And they grew close together like most people do when they live and work with someone. But people who were angry that the witch used the price of her magic, set the price of her magic as people's lives, associated the girl with the witch. So while the witch, oh, you fucking kidding me? So while the witch was away, they killed the girl. And in her rampage, the witch turned into the giant monster that's currently rampaging right now. Once she had gotten done enough and finally calmed down, the witch turned the girl into a crystal, like the one she uses the one she keeps her new price in, and she disappeared into the woods. So now the witch and people weren't completely sure the witch who was in the witch who rampaged and the witch who is currently in the forest are the same person. But now that she no longer asks for a life for the price of her magic, she asks for the most precious thing to you, because she had lost the most precious thing to her. That's pretty much the witch's whole story. All right.
ついに二人は魔女の館があった場所にたどり着きました。怪物になった魔女が押しつぶしたのでしょうか。かつての魔女の館は今は見る影もない瓦礫の山になっています。
They had finally arrived at the witch's house, or so they thought. Had she destroyed her own home, it was now an unrecognizable pile of rubble.
その破壊の跡を目で追うと、少し先に魔女の姿が見えました。怒りに我を忘れ、館の周りの森をところ構わず、その巨体で押しつぶしています。
They spotted the angry witch further ahead, who was still rampaging through the forest in her monstrous form.
王子、どうしよう。話を聞いてくれそうな感じじゃないよ。姫は困った様子で王子に問いかけます。
What do we do? The princess asked nervously. I don't think she's gonna listen to us. We're gonna have to make her.
そうなんだ。でも大丈夫だよ。大丈夫？一体何が大丈夫なのか。姫はいぶかしげに王子を見つめます。
It'll be okay, the princess assured her. What do you mean? The princess looked at him.
姫はとっても強いからね。え、王子。 王子はこんな状況で冗談を言っているのか、それとも本気で言っているのか。姫には理解できず、ただうろたえるのみです。
Princess, you're very strong. Prince? She still didn't understand. Was he joking or being serious? She started feeling a little panicked.
魔女のうなり声と地響きが二人のやりとりに割り込みます。魔女は姫と王子に気づいた様子で、明らかな敵意を二人に向けて近づいてきます。二人が森や魔女の大切なコレクションを燃やした犯人だと知っているようでした。
A livid roar and then the shaking ground halted their conversation. The witch recognized the two and furiously advanced on them. She knew that they were the ones responsible for destroying the forest and her collection.
王子、魔女が近づいてくるよ。姫は慌てて王子を連れて逃げようとします。ですが、王子は動く様子がありません。
She's getting closer to us. The princess tried to run away with the prince, but refused to move.
姫、今の魔女は怒ってて話を聞いてくれないけど、何とかして落ち着いたら話を聞いてくれると思う。
Wait, the witch might listen to us once we calm her down, the prince explained.
落ち着くってどうやって？ちょっとやっつけるとか？それができれば苦労はしないのですが。しかし王子は強気で続けます。
How do we do that? Maybe if she was knocked out. Wait, what? This sounded easier said than done. The prince tried to coax her.
だから、お願い姫、魔女をちょっとやっつけて。できるかな。そう言いながらも姫は狼に変わり、巨大な怪物に向かって地を蹴り、駆け出しました。
Please, just try to knock her out. Alright, I'll give it a shot. The princess transformed into the wolf and started running towards the frenzied witch. Okay. Okay, yeah. See, this is why I don't deal with witches. Do I have to bring the prince? Oh. I didn't think that through. All right, let's do this, Prince. Getting back's gonna be more difficult. Are you kidding me? That down. That's a good distance. Transform. Okay, that still counted. That still counted. That's good. What? Oh, come on. Because of the witch's magic, I can't transform into the wolf. Okay. Okay. I don't see how we're gonna do this. Oh, I think I did. Move, Prince, move! Alright, we got her to hit herself. Ooh. Oh! Okay, I didn't think it would catch on fire.
王子と姫は怒り狂う魔女を何とか鎮めることができました。魔女との戦いでもうもうと立ち込めた煙がだんだんと晴れ上がります。
They managed to calm the witch down and return her to normal. The smoke from the battle cleared away.
怪物から元の姿に戻った魔女はしばらく気を失っているようでしたが、やがて目を覚まし、よろよろと立ち上がります。
The witch appeared to have fainted, but she soon awoke and stood up, her knees weak.
畜生、大切なものを踏みにじっておいて、許せない。あいつらめ、なんでわかってくれないんだ。魔女は朦朧としていて、少し変なことをつぶやいていますが、その怒りはまだ衰えていないようでした。
No, you destroyed my most precious item. I'll never forgive you. You. Why? You don't understand, the witch sputtered, still furious.
魔女はボロボロになった魔法の杖を二人に差し向けました。魔法の力が光となって杖の先端に集まり、鋭く輝きます。その破壊的な力が今まさに二人に向かって放たれようとしたとき、
She gestured her hand towards the magical power gathering in her palm, glowing darkly and ominously, just before the power was unleashed on the two.
ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry.
魔女はピクリと動きを止めました。
The witch stopped, taken aback.
ふん、ちょっと見ない間に素直な心を少しは身につけてきたのかい？そんなことでお前たちのしたことを許してやるとでも思うのか？
Well, now, have you become more honest? You can't honestly think I'll easily forgive you for what you've done, hmm?
言葉とは裏腹に魔女からはさっきまでの土器がなぜか感じられなくなっています。
For some reason, there was no malice in her voice, despite being there mere moments ago.
そういやお前は私に何か用があったんだったね。魔女の言葉に姫は王子を連れて魔女に会いに来た理由を思い出します。
At any rate, you have something for me, don't you? The princess nodded, remembering why she had brought the prince to the witch.
そうだった。魔女、お願い。王子の目を直してあげて。私たち、そのためにここまで来たの。
Yes, please, witch. Can you heal the prince's eyes?
姫のなりふり構わぬ懸命な態度に、魔女は顔を歪めます。その表情は怒りのようにも、愉悦のようにも見えました。
The witch's face distorted, and her expression a mixture of irritation and pleasure.
へえ、私のコレクションと庭を焼いておいて、よくもそうずうずうしくお願いができるものだ。しかしまあ、私は寛大な魔女だ。お前がそれ相応の代償を支払うというのなら、その願い、聞いてやらんこともないよ。眠るような口調で、魔女は言います。
But you burned the forest and my collection. It's quite arrogant of you to wish for something like that. Well, I am a generous witch, after all. If you pay me reasonable compensation, I'll grant your wish, the witch said in a strange matronly tone.
どうすればいいの？お前がここに来た理由のすべて。それをもらおうかね。それって。姫は嫌な予感に背筋が冷たくなるのを感じました。
What do I do? The princess said, feeling uneasy. Well, give me the reason you came here. But that's... The princess froze in fear.
王子さ。
The prince.
そんな。
No.
と言っても、王子の命をもらうわけじゃないよ。私は魔法の代償に命は取らない主義だからね。姫は少し安心しますが、魔女は代償の話を続けます。
The witch chuckled. No, I won't take his life. I no longer require lives as payment. The princess felt only slightly relieved.
お前の王子に関する記憶を全部奪わせてもらおう。それに、姫に変身する魔法も返してもらうよ。ああ、もちろん歌声は返さないよ。当たり前だね。
Let's see. I'll deprive you of all the memories with the prince and the magic needed to become a princess. You also won't be getting your singing voice back, of course.
本来なら目を直すのにこんなに代償は取らないんだけどね。余った魔力はお前たちに焼かれた森を直すのにでも使わせてもらうさ。
Normally, I wouldn't take this much for healing his eyes, but I'll need to use the magic to fix the forest that you burned.
狼のすべてを捧げろと言わんばかりの魔女の要求。どうだい？これだけの代償、お前に払えるのかい？自分勝手で嘘をついて生きてきたお前が、ただのちっぽけな人間一人のために。
Well, what do you think? You've been quite selfish and lied your way here. You can't do this little favor for such a tiny human being.
姫、狼は考えます。これまでの出来事、王子との旅、自分がしたこと、今まで生きてきた中で、一番深く、深く考え、
The princess reflected on her journey traveling with the prince, what she'd done to him. She thought long and hard.
わかったわ。その代償を払うから、王子の目を直して。狼
Finally,
は王子のために代償を払う決断をしました。
there's some descriptors they aren't adding to the sentence. She finally braced herself, determined, okay, I'll do it.
ダメだよ。僕のために、そんなことさせられないよ。王子はとんでもない条件を受け入れようとする姫を止めようとします。
No, I won't let you. The prince tried to stop her from accepting the witch's terms.
姫は王子の手を握り、王子に語りかけます。いいの、王子。私は王子の目を傷つけてしまった。だけどそれをごまかして、王子の目を直せば、それだけで王子と仲良くしていいって思ってた。
The princess seized the prince's hands. It's okay. I'm the one who hurt you. I'm the one who lied to you. I thought that if I was able to heal you, I could make things right.
でも、それじゃダメだって分かったんだ。だから、
But I understand now that it wasn't enough, so
王子、傷つけたり、嘘ついたりして、ごめんね。そして王子が何かを言い返そうとした次の瞬間。
Prince, I'm sorry for everything that I've done. The prince tried to respond, but
取引成立だね。姫と王子に割り込み、魔女は魔法の儀式を始めます。
payment accepted. The witch interrupted them and began the ritual.
魔法の力の波によって、姫は囚われ、王子は弾き飛ばされます。
The princess was caught in the magical light and the prince was blasted away.
まずはその姫の姿から返してもらうよ。魔女が指をくいと動かすと、あっけなく姫の姿は狼へと戻ってしまいました。もうどれだけ念じても、姫の姿には戻れません。
First, I'll deprive you of your princess form. The witch moved her hand around and the princess immediately turned back into a wolf. She could never be a princess again.
さて、次は代償の取り立てだね。魔女が杖を振るうと、狼を覆う魔法の波が力強くうねります。狼の精神はゾワゾワと魔女の魔法の力に掌握されてゆき、意識がどんどん遠のいていきます。
And now your memories. The witch shook her staff, magical waves enveloped and restrained the wolf who was starting to lose consciousness.
姫、音を頼りに王子は狼の方へ駆け寄ります。
Princess! The prince cried out, relying on sound to reach her.
王子の力では魔女の魔法の力から狼を引き剥がすことはできません。王子は狼の顔に触れ語りかけます。
Realizing he couldn't pull her away from the witch's magical power, he softly touched her face.
姫、僕も謝らなきゃ。あの時化け物なんて言って、嘘つきなんてひどいこと言って、ごめんね。
Princess, I'm sorry for calling you a monster and a liar.
姫の気持ちに嘘なんかなかったよ。姫は嘘つきなんかじゃなかった。
You were
だから
honest. You were honest about how you felt. You're not a liar, princess. So,
姫が記憶をなくして今の気持ちを忘れても僕が覚えてるから。だからまた。
please, even if you forget everything, I'll remember. I promise. And I.
そこで狼の意識はほとんどなくなり、王子の言葉を最後まで聞くことはできませんでした。
The wolf's consciousness kept fading. She didn't hear his words until the very end.
消えゆく意識の中、狼は思います。
The wolf reflected one last time.
最後に素直な気持ちで謝れてよかった。王子は許してくれたかな。仲直りできたなら改めて友達になってもらって、それからもっと仲良くなりたかったな。
At least I was able to apologize to him. I wonder if he really forgives me. I wish we could have made up and been friends again. I just wanted to be by his side.
そして狼の意識は真っ白になりました。
Then everything went blank. Oh. Okay, not too bad of not the tragic ending I was afraid of. But this is a story that was touching. It was very cute. And now his eyes are fixed. So I might have to vamp through this the credits. So, and his family put him back. So, this was the story of a wolf who tried to make things right even if she had to lie to do it. The lies she told were significant but not overly important. Lies, see, this is my own personal opinion, but lies aren't that bad. You have to know how to lie if you want to survive. And gameplay wise, other than some falls that I feel they shouldn't have died from, or some balances that didn't go my way, this was a very solid game. Well, at least he got brave enough. He was always brave enough to go into the forest, but now he's just going in there for fun at night. But yeah, this story was very touching. Is he gonna go back to the witch to make a deal? But yes, the lies all led to the wolf losing what she really wanted, and she never got her singing voice back. But that was the price to pay for lying, pretty much. The lies she told led to the prince crashing out a bit, which led to the fire, which led to the witch's rampage, which led to the higher price to undo some bad magics. Well, undo some tragedies. Starting point.
あるところに小さな王国を取り囲む闇深い森がありました。
Once upon a time, there was a kingdom surrounded by a deep, dark forest.
昼でも薄暗い闇の広がるその森は、魔女が支配し、人食いの化け物が徘徊する恐ろしい森でした。森の闇は奥深くへ行くほどに濃さを増し、人々はその闇を恐れ、森の中へ入る者はほとんどいませんでした。
The forest was a frightening place filled with beasts and ruled by a powerful witch. Even during the day, the forest could be as dark as the winter night. Because of this, humans rarely ventured inside.
そんな恐ろしい森ですが、月夜の晩には誰かの歌声が聞こえてきます。
As terrible as the forest was, a singing voice would always pierce the darkness when the moon shone.
いいえ、それは歌とは言えないほどに随分と下手くそなものでした。声の主は 狼を思わせる姿の化け物。彼女は毎夜、この小高い岩の上で、寂しそうな声で月に向かって歌うのでした。
Well, it wasn't a very good singing. The voice belonged to a large wolf who would sit high atop a cliff every night and sing towards the moon.
なんで私は歌ってるんだろう。あんまり歌、うまくないのに。狼は時々、とても寂しい気持ちになる時があり、そんな時はなぜかここで歌を歌いたくなるのでした。
Why am I singing? I'm terrible at this. For some reason, whenever the wolf felt sad, she'd come to this cliff and sing.
どうしてだろうと考えようとしても、記憶に白いもやがかかり、何も思い出すことはできませんでした。
She tried to remember why, but her memories were very hazy.
なんか、心にぽっかり穴が開いたような感じ。狼の寂しげな歌は、夜の闇の中に吸い込まれるように消えていきました。歌い終わると、辺りに静寂が訪れます。
My heart feels empty. The wolf's lonely song faded away into the darkness of the night. When she finished, silence fell.
何をするわけでもなく、狼が空を見つめてぼんやりとしていると、不意に近くから物音が聞こえました。
The wolf stared into the night sky as still as a statue. Suddenly she heard a noise from nearby.
よいしょ。狼はびっくりしました。見知らぬ人間が突然岩を登って目の前までやってきたのです。
A strange human climbed the cliff and stood right in front of her. The wolf was surprised.
ですが、狼にとっては人間など敵ではありません。しかも目の前に現れたのは肉の柔らかそうな人間の子供でした。
Humans and wolves were mortal enemies, and the small human before her looked especially tender and soft.
最近はあんまり人間を食べる気が起きませんでしたが、久しぶりのごちそうが向こうからやってきたのです。小腹も空いているし、引き裂いて食べてやろうと大きな爪を振り上げました。
The wolf hadn't been particularly craving humans, but a midnight snack had just presented itself to her. She raised a large paw ready to kill the human and eat him.
その爪を振り下ろそうと力を込めたその時、不意にその人間が何かを差し出しました。
Just before she struck him, however, he caught her off guard and handed her something and
視
held
界
out
いっ
something.
ぱいに広がる色とりどりのそれに、狼は目を奪われ、振り下ろそうとした手を思わず止めてしまいます。なぜか懐かしさを感じる優しい香りが狼を包み込みました。
The wolf was suddenly overwhelmed by the colors of every shade imaginable. For some reason, she was filled with nostalgia and a gentle, familiar scent.
花。それはいくつもの花が束ねられた小さな花束でした。
Flowers? The human was holding a small bouquet.
そうだよ。今までのお返し。そう言って、その人間は柔らかく微笑みました。
Yes,
狼には何のことだかわかりません。
yes, it's for you, the human said, smiling. The wolf looked puzzled.
また会いに来たよ。姫。
I came to see you again, princess.
その言葉を聞いた瞬間、狼の目からポロリと涙がこぼれました。 涙は後から後から溢れ出し、言い表せない感情とともに止まらなくなりました。
Suddenly she was overcome with emotion. Tears welled up in her eyes and flowed down her face. Sadness and anguish burst from her heart.
狼には目の前の人間が何を言っているのか全くわかりません。だけど正体不明の大切な何かが心の穴を満たしていきます。
She didn't understand what he had said to her, but she felt her lonely, empty heart being filled.
狼は振り上げた爪をゆっくり下ろし、差し出された花束に手を伸ばしました。優しく握られた大きな手の中で、小さな花は静かに揺れました。狼はその場に座り込みます。
The wolf lowered her paw and reached for the bouquet. She gently held the tiny flowers, which trembled ever so slightly, and sat down on the spot.
花束を手渡した人間は嬉しそうに微笑み、狼の隣に座ります。狼のぼやける視界の向こうで人間の笑顔が揺れました。
The human smiled and sat next to the wolf. Her blurred vision made his smile seem to quiver.
狼と人間は寄り添い、狼は歌を歌い始めました。それはお世辞にもうまいとは言えない、どうしようもなく下手くそな歌でしたが、人間は嬉しそうにそれに耳を傾けます。
They cuddled under the moonlight as the wolf sang again. It wasn't very good singing, but the human listened to it joyfully, nonetheless.
これまで月に向かって歌われていたその歌は、今は隣にいる人のために歌われます。
After that night, the wolf sang not towards the moon, but for the human sitting next to her.
それは不器用だけど、素直な気持ちがこもった、とても温かな歌声となり、夜の森にいつまでも響き渡りました。
Although the singing was not great, And although the singing was not great, it was filled with warmth and honesty, and it brightened the dark forest forever and ever.
めでたし、めでたし。
And they lived happily ever after. And that is the end of The Liar Princess and the Blind Prince. The title screen changed because it used to be the wolf singing alone, but now it's the two of them together. So, like I was saying, this is a very cute story. Not a fairy tale ending that we expected, but they are still friends and they lived happily ever after till a certain point, because things might change in the future. But I like this. So, if you ended up liking this video, if you like this series, comment, like, and subscribe. It does help the channel. Check out the description. I have a link to the playlist for this series and other games I played on my channel. Tell me in the comment section what you think about the game and your thoughts as to why the witch didn't take the emotions along with the memories. Because that's the only reason the wolf was able to stay the prince's friend. The emotions of what she felt didn't get taken away with the information that she learned, that she gained. So the witch was being very kind. Like the witch said, she's very generous. There was just a price for the magic. So I enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed it as well. There might be more you can find or not. Any which way, I'm gonna get out of here. If you made this far in the video, Prime thanks you. And yeah, we'll see you in the next game. Bye.